evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro Podcast. How are we doing this evening? My name is, as per usual, Bobby Salastar, and I'm delighted to once again be being joined all the way from Prince Edward Island over in Canada, owner of Island Pro Wrestling, Mr. Justin Summers. Justin, how are we doing?
I'm doing okay, Bobby. Thanks for having me on again, man.
No worries. Thank you very much for coming back on. I do appreciate it. I mean, the first one we did a couple of months back, that was one of the most successful podcasts we've actually had. And it's great to have you back on. And
like we did last time, sit here and just chat like a bunch of old buggers and
yeah. Well, that's the entire point, going off on, little mini tangents and whatever, getting carried away. That's the entire point of a podcast, isn't it? So, yeah.
We're both nerds. I got the Pokemon collection on the go.
Yeah. So have I. I've got Pokemon stuff. I've got little mini wrestling Funko Pops as well. I've got a box full of stuff when it comes to wrestling stuff. I've got more Pokemon cards on the way.
It's
already fun.
Yeah. Even us last time talking about the Pokemon cards, and I know like before we got recording here, I got to show you a little bit around of my collection, but it's always just been a passion of mine and that little like nerdy side of Justin Summers. So
yeah, I was going to say, we are called the Nerdic Pro Podcast for a reason to, talk about everything nerdy. You know what I mean? Doesn't just have to be about wrestling or anything,
Yeah.
It could be about Pokemon, football, wrestling, film stuff, whatever.
Soccer over here.
The correct term is football.
All right, so we're not going to have this tonight. So I'll let you win it, right?
Oh dear. But yeah, Justin, it's great to have you back on.
It's great to be back.
So the main focus of today's podcast is obviously IPW's upcoming show very soon. Correct me if I'm wrong, is it this weekend or next weekend?
September 6th.
September 6th, right.
We're under 2 weeks now, and it's getting busy. It's this is the excitement of getting ready for a big event. I always love the build up. There's always those last minute crucial pivots to be doing. Oh, we need to do this right now. Oh, we need to do that. But it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a huge lineup of some very, very good, of some very talented stars. Some international stars as well.
Throughout the evening.
It will be indeed. I mean, just looking at some of the names. Auguste Artois, Pete LeBlanc. I mean, Artois has recently done some stuff for WWE, if I'm not mistaken. Wesley Pipes, I've seen and heard of before. Fellow Brit, the nephew of the late great Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. I mean, what more do you want? Again, triple threat women's match. Chantal versus Ava Lawless and Stormy Hayes. Or Hale?
Stormy Hale.
Stormy Hale, that's the one. Yeah. Wesley Pipes and Hunter Sampson. That's going to be a brutal match.
That's the first time Hunter Sampson is going to be on the IPW stage. So I'm looking to see his debut. And I mean, Wesley Pipes. It's not like we threw him a drink. He's got to earn this one. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, Hunter Sampson and Wesley, but for a first time match in IPW for Hunter Sampson, I don't think there could be anyone better for him to go up against than Wesley Pipes, surely.
And I mean, Wesley's been true wrestler for a long time now, and what better to introduce the young fella than pit him up against a wily old veteran?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Going through the match card one by one. Oh, also, let's not forget, we'll be crowning a new IPW heavyweight champion on the show. Is it this show?
It's it's been all leading up to this. We're actually going to be crowning champions all throughout the nights. We're going to be the number one contenders. There's 9 matches throughout the evening. So it starts off with their very highly anticipated VIP matches. Just shameless self plug here, but go follow our Patreon, subscribe, because we're going to stream the VIP matches on Patreon. Worth the money, worth the money, because those matches are going to set the tone for a lot of the rest of the night too. We have Logan Green. He's the big bad LG, and he's going against the Ghost Ricky Mortis, and they've been like it's neat that like as a promoter, yeah, okay, we writes and scripts some stuff, but man, there's real world heat when it comes to wrestling too, and they just like naturally have that real world heat. So I'm looking forward to Ricky versus Logan, but then we have another debut as well. We got the Alberta Clipper, Matt Chevron, coming from I think he calls it the Republic of Alberta in Western Canada. But he's making his IPW debut as well. So we're getting still new faces. We got such a crazy eventful night. This is what I was just saying earlier before we get going. I'm just starting to get the flutters and stuff of building the event here now. So
you start getting butterflies, like so close to it, don't you? And
and it's so funny. Every Sunday we do like an IPW board of directors call, and the last few board of directors calls, I'm getting a little more antsy towards the events. I can't wait to like stop asking myself what's the best match of the night going to be, because they're all contenders for. And I mean, like, that sounds so cliche, but they're all contenders for best match of the night. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, as you said earlier, when it comes to the IPW Patreon, I mean, for the free viewership on YouTube, I mean, the quality of wrestling on there is superb. I myself have been, watching like a fair old bit of stuff on there.
Don't get me wrong, we're still going to stream the main events and the main card on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, just like we always do. But I'm telling people right now, for those VIP matches, it is worth the money to go and subscribe for those VIP matches. Yeah, it's kind of like we were talking about with Pokemon cards earlier. Whenever you're buying something, there's more potential value in what you're buying.
Yeah, exactly. So I myself going to echo what you said. To get onto Patreon and subscribe to Ireland Pro Wrestling on Patreon.
Thank you.
Also follow IPW on all social media platforms as well. Because it'll massively help them out as well. And to watch some of the best Canadian wrestling.
We did our podcast here too. We've seen a lot of people from the UK starting to follow this IPW social medias. It's helping the algorithm, and like people think it might be silly to go click like, but like it actually does help.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the more people that like and follow, the more people the pages will then branch out to. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like with YouTube, like the bigger the subscription number, then like the more chance that like they'll get onto the trending pages, like the more viewerships, etc. Do you know what I mean? And
it's all about the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So should we go through matches one by one? So on the main card, we have got a gentleman who has recently done some stuff for the pretty much the largest wrestling company on planet Earth. That is the WWE of Auguste Artois versus Pete LeBlanc.
So we got the raw, the international draw. He can't rub that in enough. He's international there, but now he's come to Canada. We had him up at the last event. We took his Canadian debut card or whatever you want to call it, and I guess you can say we're happy to have him back. He had won his match in the fifth round tournament. He actually beat Wesley Pipes, which was the groan in the room when that happened. You can't write those groans into a script, but he won his match. He's coming back. He actually just came back from a tour of the UK and Scotland.
Yes.
Yeah, he was over your way.
Yeah. I unfortunately didn't end up crossing paths with him, but I did see some stuff on Facebook and everything of him being over it, and so
you reckon any of his matches? Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I want to try and put my name out there a bit more sort of towards the start of 2026, and so.
He's always a polarizing personality. Yeah, everywhere he goes, he seems to be grabbing attention. So I'm excited to see him go against Pete LeBlanc. Pete LeBlanc is one half of AWOL. He's 1/3 of Shadow Agency. He's thrust into this position. So I give him kudos for stepping up to the plate, whether it was by choice or not. And it's going to be a good match because Pete's been around for a couple years now. It'd be a really good matchup for him to go against one of those crafty heels like August is.
Yeah, definitely. So moving on to how I've got things written down in my notepad. I assume this is going to be an open challenge with Grant Orion. Is he in an open challenge?
No, this is what I'm saying about the VIP on Patreon. Well worth the money, because in the very first match of the evening, we're going to be running back Ricky Mortix versus Logan Green. At the last event, that was a no contest. So we wanted them to run it back and have them perform at the VIP, and the winner will move to take Giant Orion as his second round opponent.
I completely pronounced his name completely wrong, didn't I?
Giant Orion?
Yeah. I put it down as Grant Orion. My bad.
I fixed it.
My bad.
What did you call him?
Grant Orion.
Grant Orion.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Giant Orion.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe Orion is shoot name. I don't
know. Giant Orion.
Yeah, he's a monster of a man. Actually, he's a stoic fella. I remember seeing him at the last event, and he had that game face on, and I was like, "You go out there and get him, buddy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, you've been in locker rooms enough to know that when the boys are in the zone ready for their match, the boys are in the zone ready for the match.
Yeah, they are. I've literally had a show today, outdoor public event, and getting ready to warm up and everything. Once you're in that zone, you've got when you first turn up, and then when you get into your gear, that's sort of when dead focused on everything. You completely dead to the world, if you know what I mean. And
everything else is out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, which is what I like to see. So, that you're concentrating fully on the match that's ahead. Do you know what I mean? And so So
But
yeah,
yeah,
a
I think
match
it
we
was Logan and Ricky, and see who's going to face the Giant there because yeah, we I
mm,
we got to get an answer to that Logan Ricky match.
yes, yeah. So that's gonna be on the Patreon page,
That's
if I'm
right.
correct.
And then to follow it up is another banger of a match with Spike Esty versus the Alberta Clipper match Chevron. That's
Yes.
also run on the VIP on the Patreon, and yeah, I can't wait to see the debut of Matt Chevron. We got to see Spike Esty a handful of times already, and every time he's been in the ring has been compelling. So I can't wait to see what we get out of these two guys.
Mm,
And same thing
yeah.
like I was saying before, like with Logan and Ricky, there's kind of like real world heat between those guys. Like they've run into each other before and got into like scuffles outside of the wrestling ring. Like
Mm,
there's like real world heat stuff.
yeah. Like it's good to like work real life stuff into like a match and everything, and yeah, so because like it helps with the tensions with everything, and then it helps with like that story and everything, and like if there's like that genuine tension between them, people are like gonna be invested to like want
Yeah,
to end up watching it, aren't they? You
yeah,
know,
that ends
yeah,
that's what I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Buy in, go get the Patreon.
yeah,
It's $5. Like it's gonna be wild. I can't wait.
yeah,
And I love putting matches like that on for our VIP people in attendance. Like they're the
mm,
people out there supporting us, and like making sure that they're packing the seats every time we're putting on an event. So what
mm,
better way to say thank you than to give them like two private matches for themselves? Thanks for the support.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So with the VIP packages for your shows, then is this something that you do like on a regular basis for shows,
Yeah, I
or
wanted to make sure that that was like the fans knowing that their money's worth is going back and more. Like we were saying with the Pokemon cards, I always
yeah,
want to make sure that there's more value added. So
mm,
when people purchase a VIP package for an IPW event, we give them an actual package, and it's
mm,
like full of like buttons and pins and
mm,
stickers, and just kind of some IPW swag.
mm,
Uh, they get the early access for best seats, so they can
mm,
come in with their best seats. They get a wrestler meet and greet before the doors open. And two private matches that mean something.
mm. Yeah.
So,
That's all right then. Yeah. So like it helps the crowd feel more valued and everything, doesn't it?
yeah,
And like they'll think, oh, this experience was good. Like we'll do it again.
yeah.
So yeah,
We want
um,
to feel at home, right? We want
yeah,
we want
exactly.
to be bumping shoulders with the people that care the most about wrestling in our community. We want to have that intimate VIP session where
Mm,
it's into them.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because just think, like if they think it's good value for money and everything, then they'll come again, spend more money, and yeah, and like help watch
Right?
more,
Yeah.
IPW shows,
Yeah.
and yeah, so yeah, a match we were speaking a bit about earlier on, Wesley Pipes, Hunter Sampson. I mean, that's got to be, I think a contender for match of the night.
I think we're
Yeah,
lots of energy out of that match.
yeah,
You don't get a name like Horsepower Hunter Sampson by
mm,
not bringing energy.
yes, definitely.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's the muscle beast, Wesley Pipes. So I mean, he's a beast in the ring.
he is. Yeah. Um. So yeah. Yeah. So the PEI title, I assume PEI stands for Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. Bit of a daft question. So yeah. So between Rick Owens and Caden.
Yes.
So
So
with the Prince Edward Island Championship, then, what is the history and the background behind that?
So originally, the Prince of Island Championship was made in memorial of a young wrestling fan that left the world a little too soon. Um, it was some other people know it as Serenity's belt, but the Prince Edward Island Championship is a belt that can only be competed or defended for here in Prince Edward Island. It's a
Mm,
belt that's for the Islanders.
mm,
So it's we we have the belts in our possession and have Rugged Rick Owens, going up against Caden, both as challengers for that belt as it's
mm,
vacated. So that's going to be one of those matches where it's a baby face versus a heel, and let's
mm,
see where this is going to play out. So
mm. Yeah, like it does seem that it's a match that could go either way, and like I think it will have that sentimental value to it, as
yeah,
it's a title in memory of someone. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
it
you
means
would
a
hope and
little bit
expect
more,
whoever
right?
wins to carry that title with respect and like dignity and like etc. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, it just means a little bit more extra care, a little bit more extra love.
Mm,
It's something special, and it's meant to be taken care of. So
yeah.
hopefully, whoever wins it here, whether it's Caden or Robert Owens, it's they know what's behind it.
Mm, yeah. Exactly. So yeah, moving on to a to a triple threat women's match
Yeah, but
between Stormy Hale, Ava Lawless, and Chantel as well. Chantal,
yeah, the Vandal Chantel.
yes.
So I'm excited to see that matchup too. You know, Ava with her resume of working for AEW and stuff,
Mm,
and then the Vandal Chantel in there with her experience,
mm,
mixed with a little bit of fresh blood with Stormy getting in the ring. It's
mm,
it's a pretty cool matchup. I'm
mm,
excited to see women's wrestling. In the proper sense of the term. Like gone are the days where it's the divas and it's the
yeah.
valets. This is women's wrestling.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to see how all this plays out. I'm excited to see Ava Lawless. This will be her IPW debut. She's coming in from the western part of Canada and
Mm,
Calgary. So very, very cool matchup. I'm excited to see who comes out on top here, but it's definitely like bolstering the women's division in our area
mm,
to put a matchup like this on.
yeah. Yeah. Does IPW currently contain a women's championship?
Not yet.
Not yet. Could any of these three women be a potential contender for a women's championship match slash tournament in the near future?
I think all the women in this matchup would be able to throw their hat in the race.
Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. So next, going down the list, I have got Tommy Billington again, fellow Brit, um, nephew of the late great Dynamite Kid, against Zane Valentine.
So this has been the battle of the Bass.
Mm,
Both no class Eric Bass and no class Bobby Bass have been
mm,
feuding about that name.
mm,
So what's happened here is that in a previous event, we were contacted to not have Eric at the event because he was using the name No Class. So Bobby Bass is also famously known as No Class Bobby Bass,
mm,
and they wanted to figure out who lays rights to the name of No Class. So Uh, Both of those managers picked a contender to represent them in the ring. Uh, of course, No Class Eric Bass and Zane Valentine have been a known uh, item for a while now, but they're they're coming into the ring, and No Class Bobby Bass reached out to Thomas Billington there for
Mm,
representing him in that battle. And it was kind of cool because No Class Bobby Bass has a bit of a history with Dynamite Kid. So
mm,
there's some like family values that come along with No Class Air or Bobby Bass
mm,
choosing Tommy to represent him in his fight.
mm. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like it looks good for Tommy to be in this match. I think
It's a
and
heritage.
like representing someone, and yeah, especially doing it in Canada as well. You know, he was born and bred a Brit. However, he is distantly related to Canadian wrestling royalty, i.e., the Hart family. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which obviously, as a Canadian yourself, I'd imagine you look at people like Stu Hart, Bret Hart, Owen Hart as royalty. Like
That's
when it comes to wrestling.
Bass. Yeah, No Class Bobby Bass also has an affiliation with the Hart Foundation. So like
Does he?
for Tommy being chosen to represent Bobby, it's pretty cool for like a heritage play because Bobby has
Mm,
actually worked with the late great Dynamite Kid in the
mm,
past, along with a plethora of other members of the Hart Foundation throughout
mm,
his.
mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's been pretty cool to have some like wrestling history stuff happen because
Mm,
really we're putting on that match. We're calling it the Clash of the Bass, and
mm,
we're gonna come down to it and see who gets to continue using that name in no class, right? It's
mm.
like a lineage thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And as we said a bit earlier on, I think Tommy Billington has done, like he's still only young. Like you got to think like he's not that old at all. I'd probably say he's early 20s. Mid 20s tops. And like he's
The dude says all the stat cards on him. He's a ring announcer.
yeah.
No, it's
Um,
funny. You can just like name one of the roster members, and the Deuce, he's the ring announcer for IPW. He's like, oh, he weighs this much, and he comes from this place, and
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Tommy Billington, he's wrestled for AEW. He did something at Wembley Stadium here for AEW about a year ago. He's wrestled for MLW, again, major indie promotion. He's obviously coming to Canada soon as well. Obviously, on the sixth of
yep,
September.
September.
Yes, and to like I think this is also what I mean, like a fair old bit for Tommy, like as you said, with the whole lineage background. I think that helps better character develop, and it sort of helps with the storyline going into it like a bit more for the whole name using and everything
Mhm.
between both managers. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
It's pretty cool too because we've had a lot of fans around here. Whenever Bobby had chosen Tommy to be his representative, they were just like, "I can't believe that we have this opportunity to see such a great talent." Because,
Mm,
like you mentioned, he's been all over the place. He's a busy man. He's only
mm,
young in his career. Like
yeah,
it's definitely going to be something to witness here in the flesh.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, Zane Valentine.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Yep.
lie, I don't know too much about Zane Valentine. Are
Wow.
you able to give us a bit of a background?
Well, he's the ultimate male. He's jacked and stacked, and that's a fact. He's the rope running rocket. He's the man with the peaks that no one can defeat, and a plethora of other introductions that he is. But He's a wrestler through and through. He
Mm,
loves what he does, and he's out there with Eric. Eric's
mm,
conducting that symphony of wrestling. He's got Stormy Hale involved in under his management now too in the Symphony of Wrestling. So
yeah.
there's some really cool character storylines and developments happening with those guys. Um,
Mm,
we've had Zane Valentine work on the last number of events with us, and
mm,
every single match is entertaining. Um, and I know he's looking forward to getting his hands on Tommy Billington too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine. So, yeah. So the seventh match I've got is the IPW Heavyweight Championship match. Now, we sort of spoke about it in drips and drabs, sort of leading up to it. Can you explain to those that don't understand how this is going to work out? How we're getting into this championship match?
Well, if you're following all the social medias like you should, you'd be up to date on the storyline. But I don't mind explaining it. So, whenever we took over the company back in January, we really wanted to make sure that the belts weren't thrown on somebody,
Mm,
that they were competed appropriately for, they were earned.
mm,
So, with the heavyweight championship, I had said the only way to do this is a tournament, and we wanted to host it over two events. So we did the first round at the last event at Game On. Now we're at Game Over. Game Over is going to be where we finalize everything. All the belts will
mm,
find them on September 6th. All the belts will finally be earned on September 6th. And we can move forward with this new era of Island Pro Wrestling where, we see where it goes because it's really truly the beginning of us taking over ownership of the company. The last
mm,
couple of shows have been fantastic and it's been great, but now the belts are going to be on people and we can start the lineage of the belts.
mm.
So this round at Game Over, in the early VIP, we will figure out who our Giant Orion's opponent will be for the second round. And then we have August Artois going up against Pete LeBlanc. And whoever goes from those matches will compete at the end of the night. We're going to cap the night off with the biggest heavyweight championship title win for PEI. It's going to be fantastic.
Mm. Nice.
Yeah.
So, have you got any expectations on where you'd like to see the heavyweight title or the Prince Edward Island title in the near future?
It's funny you asked that because like I was saying before, we do the board of directors calls and I'm
Mm,
always constantly thinking to myself, like, which way is this going to go?
mm,
Because the opportunities there, like I said, every match on this card could be a main event match, in my opinion.
certainly.
Um,
Yeah.
but there's definitely no lack of talent on this card. I'm sure everybody tuning in on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, like you guys are going to on the Patreon and stuff, like
Mm.
you guys, you guys are in for the time of your lives, and I get stuck working. I have to work that night and not be able to enjoy the show until afterwards when I get to see all the footage. But I'm excited for everybody to enjoy it.
Mm. Yeah. So, are tickets still available for said show?
Tickets are still available. They're on islandprowrestling.com. For anybody who's coming down locally, get them quick. I feel like we're going to sell them out pretty quick. So get them now while they're hot. For the people online, you can join that Patreon anytime. You can sign up. And then, of course, the day of the event, we'll have the streams going on as well. And I can't wait to just put on an awesome event for everybody, locally, abroad, everybody
Mm.
tuning in from around the world. It blew my mind last time that we had over 2,600 people viewing online or something. So
Ah,
that's that's now a new benchmark for me. I want to get past the benchmark. So
yeah.
uh, feel free to share with your friends, put it on Twitch, share it on Facebook. As we said, like that, like little click helps the algorithm so much. It's unbelievable.
Mm. Yeah. So I'm gonna echo exactly like what you said. Follow Ireland Pro Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, etc. Check out their upcoming show on the 6th of September. Also check them out on Patreon as well, as Justin had said a bit earlier on. It's $5. Is that for a month, I assume?
Yeah, that's for a monthly subscription.
Yep. So go check that out. And I want to echo what I said a bit earlier on. The stuff on YouTube is fantastic, and the stuff on Patreon, I'm sure, is 10 times as good.
That's
And
the Patreon. Like, there's so much exclusive content on there that we don't have on YouTube. We follow like the old era matches on there. We have the VIP matches from previous events. We do interviews with the talents that we've been conducting that were on there, not available. So like, there's way more to the Patreon than just the VIP matches. I just know that like anybody who buys it for the VIP match is instantly money's worth. So
yeah, I mean, like I'm sure that people who have attended IPW shows previously who are probably not able to make the show on the 6th of September, maybe getting it specifically to watch these VIP matches, or people like abroad, or wherever that invested into your product, like they get it to specifically watch these VIP matches. Do you know what I mean?
So like we're trying to change that narrative too. Like a lot of promotions that I seen when I got into the wrestling industry were offering VIP matches as just kind of like to let the rookies go on out there and like test things out. I'm changing that.
Yeah.
Their VIPs, they get some of the best matches of the night.
Yeah. I mean, I'm me personally, as somebody who works in the business myself, I think if you want rookies to go on, I'm not fully against it. However, there are such things as academy shows and rookie shows. Do you know what I mean? And I think charging people extra to see rookies who were potentially not able to run the ropes, bump, roll, this, that, and the other, like they either very much oversell, they don't sell enough, and literally are the sort of people that give the business away, which massively takes the mick. And so
the VIP people are the ones that come out and support us every single step of the way. They're like, we do a lot of what we do for the fans first. We got to be having fun doing this. We got to do it for the right reasons, do it for the fans. And I always just had the mantra: if you're buying a VIP package to come and enjoy the show, that you should be getting the most value.
Yes, exactly. People are paying that extra premium amount, whether it's $1, $2, $20, or whatever. I think the quality of the service and the product that you're receiving should be better. Do you know what I mean? And
whenever they buy the VIP, once they get to know who we are, like we just turn that back and offer an even better show next time, because people giving that little bit of support and investment into trusting us, and we don't take that lightly. If people are going to be trusting us with their entertainment, we want to make sure to be giving them the best we can.
Yeah, exactly. So, speaking of next time, have you guys got any shows booked and planned in the near future?
Let us at least get some belts on some people here. We've been trying, man. So
you should have known that this question was coming up at some point. So
I've been asked a lot. We've been kind of keeping a lid on it for the time being, but we do have some plans for the future here. We just want to make sure to, not take any of the spotlight off this event. This is a big event for us. We're going to find homes for those boats. We're going to kind of figure out the path to navigate and start moving forward.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So yeah, are yourself is yourself looking forward to this show? I would assume the answer would be yes.
No. So I always look forward to seeing everybody. I always look
Mm,
forward to greeting all the patrons. I look forward to that aspect of the show.
mm,
But the day of is so busy that I always get the fleeting feeling that I can't give everybody as much time as I want to, just because I'm buzzing around, making sure this is done, making sure the production guys there, is the pyro working, is the camera
mm,
on, just so many different little things that it becomes a very busy day. But I like to try and embrace the moment and give it a lot of energy during these events. But the day I look forward to is the day afterwards, where I get to digress a little bit and watch our product and see how great the talent performed.
mm. Yeah, yeah, that's totally understandable. Obviously, like the day of, as the promoter, you're trying to do like a million different things at once and everything, and it kind of like screws me like a tiny bit, doesn't it? And and then like you start like overcomplicating things, thinking, shit, like is this done, like is that done? And yeah, so
That's
yeah,
I'm usually pretty level-headed. I like at some points before the event, I'll say the words "It's in God's hands now," and then
yeah,
everyone else will be like, "No, it's not," and I'm like, "Yeah, we just got to help them craft it." So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, when it comes to IPW, is there anything else that you would like to plug to the people watching live, to the people that will be watching afterwards?
Um,
Um,
like I could go on a tangent list for an hour straight of things I would love to plug, but I think the important one to plug is wrestling fans in our community who support independent wrestling, who make it all worthwhile when we put all these Sunday afternoon board of director calls in. Uh, I think it's about the fans and it's about the talent. We offer a great variety of talent here at Island Pro Wrestling, and I just hope that somebody new gets to see them for the first time at the next event and says, "I'm going to follow that guy."
mm, yeah, I always say to get to indie wrestling, it's not all about your WWEs, your AEWs, your TNAs, your New Japans, etc. People start off like a majority of these people that you see in your WWEs, your AEWs, your TNAs, etc. all started, doing like the little mini, halls and
Yep.
community centers, etc. You know, um,
I think in this industry they call it paying your dues.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
for a hot dog and a handshake. Like, do you guys have that expression over in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's like you're putting the work in to make it, but everybody stays humble from their beginnings, and yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Literally spending out no end of money to be able to do these shows and everything, just because like they love the business. Just to put a smile on somebody's face.
Yeah.
Whether they paid, you know, like a fiver, like £5, £5. You
Yeah.
know, or whether they pay 20, 30, like they want to try and put that effort in to, try and send the crowd home happy. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think John Cena made a very good point a couple of years ago. So he'd done it was like a Q&A thing like a few years back, saying about 5-star matches. Dave Meltzer, right, from
Yep.
the Wrestling Observer.
Yep.
Somebody like had asked him about like the one 5-star match that he had back in 2011 at Money in the Bank against CM Punk, blah blah blah, and he was like he wrestles not just for the opinion of one person, but for the 20,000 people physically there in attendance, and for the millions of people watching at home.
Yep.
He cares more about the bigger scale of opinions rather than just the one person's opinion. Do you know
This
what I mean? If he's sending everyone home happy and continuously bringing people back in, that's what he cares more about than one person's opinion. So yeah,
And there's one word to sum it all up, and it's community.
it is, yeah,
That's
exactly.
something that I really noticed since taking over the Island Pro Wrestling was that there's such a passionate, loving community of wrestling fans here on Prince Edward Island,
Mm.
in the Maritimes of Canada,
Yeah,
across the whole entire nation, and across
yeah,
the Atlantic Ocean to where you're sitting right now. It's everywhere.
yeah.
There's a passionate community of people.
There is, there is. Wrestling is an entirely different world from things like football, soccer, like the NFL. You
Mhm.
know, I know people. So over here with football and soccer, that physically will not. So like a Manchester United fan. I know people that physically refuse to speak to Liverpool fans, or
Yep.
physically refuse to step foot in Liverpool, or like London-based clubs refuse to go to certain areas of London because certain clubs are based in certain areas of like London and
Yeah, I
everything.
haven't seen too many wrestling hooligans though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wrestling is an entirely different thing. Do you know what I mean? It brings people together. Like everyone watches wrestling for the same reason, and that's to have fun. Do you know what I mean?
Be
Yeah,
entertained and have fun. High action impact wrestling that
yeah,
you embrace the moment, so you get to make memories watching. Like I know you got
yeah,
certain memories of matches that'll forever be in your brain because you
yeah,
brings you back to a time or a place or
yeah,
something in your life that you connected with.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like as you obviously know, I referee wrestling. I had a show literally about 6-7 hours ago.
It's like
Um,
some years ago, yeah.
and Yeah, exactly. And again, funny enough, worked with a bloke who was in the Deadpool film that came out last year.
Yeah,
As the Blob, Mike Waters wrestles as the Bulk in the UK Pitbulls. He's literally from 45 minutes up the road from me.
you should link him to me. You should link him to me.
Yes, I should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, like he's in a tag team known as the UK Pitbulls, and worked with him today. Like I work with him all the time. Like his company that he runs is like my home promotion. Like if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, getting to work with people like him, like it's what like wrestling is something that I do because like I love it. I don't do it for like a payday or a whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yes, the traveling can be an absolute nightmare. Right? Don't get me wrong, but actually getting there to a show, like I get to see people, get to see mates. And I've worked for 12 different companies like across the UK.
You connect with your
And
people in your community.
yeah, exactly. And I'm helping send the fans home happy. You know what I mean? I've had
Taking on
spots
those ref
before.
bumps. Yeah? Ref
Yeah,
bumps. Yeah?
yeah, exactly. I've hit people with steel chairs and everything, and like what have you. And people have laughed and pulled me up on it, being like, best bloody best thing of the night and everything. And it's like getting to put that smile on somebody's face, is just like, I'm obviously doing something right. A, to get booked continuously, and B, getting people from the crowd, physically pull me up and say, like that was great, this was great, that was great. Do you know what I mean? And like wrestlers as well, getting pulled up by fans, and like the meet and greet afterwards, saying, like
I'll tell
this
you,
was great, that was great. Do you know what I mean?
if you're coming over to Canada on some vacation, you give me a little bit of notice and we'll maybe get some zebra stripes on you.
I'll tell you what, I will definitely get my passport sorted soon, and
That's
yeah,
just one, yeah.
yeah, yes, maybe in 20. Well, I'll tell you
Maybe
what,
we'll
2026 maybe, and
they say about August Artois, be like the real, the raw, the international draw. Bob
yeah,
Salazar.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure that we can work something out to get something sorted. And as I say,
It's a pleasure to host you, man. I'd love that. That'd be
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, definitely, yeah. I'll get my passport sorted, and 2026 will be the year of the Sailor Star. So yeah, and yeah, so, but yeah, IPW, this upcoming show,
Big day.
September the 6th,
That's the one.
2025.
You got her.
Yes.
It's gonna be a wild time, man.
Mm.
As I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting excited, but at the same time, there's still that like fleeting sensation of like, oh, it's gonna be a busy night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, Justin, I must say it's been an absolute pleasure having you back on the
Yeah.
Nerdic Pro Podcast this evening.
We just sit here and chat like a bunch of old blokes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We do need to do this again. As it's great having you back on. I mean, the first time you came on, one of the most successful podcasts this entire podcast has had in over 4 years. And yeah, so again, it was viewed all over the world. And yeah, so yeah. But yeah, have you got anything that you would like to add on to the end of this podcast?
I mean, really, Bobby, thank you for making the time for crazy Canuck like myself. And I can't wait to showcase to you guys on September 6th what we've been working on in the background here, man. It's coming down the line.
Yeah, honestly, thank you very much for taking the time to come back on and returning to the Nerdic Pro Podcast. I do massively appreciate it, and I certainly will be tuning in and watching the show on September the 6th. As I'm a wrestling fan, and B, obviously it's a great friendship that the Nerdic Pro Podcast have with IPW. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'd like to help you guys out in any way that I can. And so
Right on, man. Well, thank you again for all your supports. Like, not even just you, but like all the Nerdic Pro Podcast guys and everybody in the chats. I can't say thank you enough for everybody. And all their support.
Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the day. Well, like as you said earlier, I've just thought, again, all about community. Do you know what I mean? Bringing people together.
In our community.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing people in from, we've got Ian, he's in the podcast group chat, right? Yep. He's from Dublin in Ireland. Obviously, you've got me, Richie, Stuart, Tommy.
Everybody in the group, community.
Yeah, exactly. We're all from England, and obviously yourself is from Canada. Callaghan, who's in the group chat, he's originally from Leeds over here. He now lives in Canada somewhere. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, him and I were chatting too about him being over here. He's up in Ontario.
Yeah. Honestly, I've refed Kaysen before, right? And I can promise you now, he will not disappoint. He is a fantastic star. And I think that everyone else over here can, vouch for him big time. And So yeah. Kaysen Riley, the heart and soul of the Council Estate, host of Kaysen's Corner. It's definitely one to watch for the remainder of 2025 and 2026. So this podcast is not sponsored by Kaysen Riley or Kaysen's Corner, just putting out there. So,
exactly right.
So
throw that disclaimer in there, yeah.
He's probably going to send me like a message afterwards, being like,
we're gonna hear
it. But yeah, Justin, again, I can't thank you enough for coming back on, and it's been a pleasure as always, and So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the Nerdic Pro Podcast, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. hit that notification bell so you get notified about every time we come live and upload a video, etc. Go check out Island Pro Wrestling based on Prince Edward Island in Canada, as well as check out their upcoming show on August 6th, 2025.
September 6th.
September 6th. Sorry, we're in August currently. Sorry, my bad. September the 6th, 2025. And coming from me, right? You will not be disappointed, right? If I thought you would be disappointed, right, we would not be doing this podcast right now.
I was going to say we wouldn't be sitting here talking for the last hour or whatever, or hour and a half by the time we hit the record button.
Yeah, exactly. So, go check out IPW Wrestling, Island Pro Wrestling, Instagram, Facebook, etc., YouTube, etc., social media platforms. Go check them out. Right, you'd be a fool not to. Like, let's be fair. And so Justin, thank you very much. Pleasure as usual. And I'm sure and certain this will not be the last time we will be seeing you here on the Nerdic Pro Podcast.
We'll be seeing you soon, buddy.
Yeah, certainly will. Thank you all very much for watching live, and thank you all very much to those of you who've been watching afterwards. And we shall be seeing you all later. Goodbye. End stream.